it's halfway through the season. This is usually the time where you react to the predictions you made at the start of the season. Well, no. I'm going to make brand new predictions, but more general ones, so that we can look back on it at the end of the season and see if I got any of them in any way correct. Alright lads, I'll come back to another video, and as I said, this one is going to be me predicting things I think will happen in the second half of the Premiership season, in Scotland of course. I may do this for other leagues, but because it's not specifically a halfway point in those leagues, because they all started at a later date, it's a bit more difficult for me to do it as a kind of halfway prediction point. So I'll see if I do them. I might not, I don't know. I can certainly do this one though, because this is the halfway point of the Premiership season. Without further ado, we'll get into it, because there's 12 teams to cover here and I didn't want to keep rambling on. Starting off at the top of the league currently. Now I'm doing this based on current league positions. So starting off with Rangers. It's pretty simple here. They're going to win the league by more than 10 points. The gap will close from the 19 points that it currently is. But I think Rangers will win the league by double figure points and only lose one game maximum. Now I'm not going to say that they're definitely going to lose a game, because they haven't done so far. And I don't really want to say that they will, because they don't look like really losing many games. The game that they've most looked like losing recently is the game against Celtic, and they didn't lose that. Moving down in its second place, and it's Celtic, the other side of Glasgow, the team that will be losing their title, losing that 10 in a row, the magical 10 in a row that we're going for. And I personally think that, as I said with Rangers, the gap will close, but only due to the games in hand that Celtic have. That'll be it for Celtic really. David Turnbull to be the player of the year for the club, despite only coming into the team like a month ago. Aberdeen will finish third, but struggle to find consistent form, but they will pull themselves into third place because they are near enough the third or fourth best team in the country. It's them and Hibs that are kind of fighting out for that accolade at the moment, and Aberdeen seem to be coming out on top at the moment, but I do think they'll struggle to find consistent form in the second half of the season, but they will get over the line and take that third place spot and European football in some form. Moving down a position now into fourth with Hibs. I think they will end up finishing in that position in the league table. However, I think it will mainly be down to the fact that they've already built up a decent point gap between themselves and 5th and 6th, so there isn't really much manoeuvring for them to be doing. Like, even if they have a drop in form like they're currently undergoing, there doesn't seem to be much like realistic ambition for the team below them to actually catch them, because I think it's like a 10 or 12 point gap at the moment. And finally for Hibs, Kevin Nisbet will be picked for the Euro squad, and that'll put his name in the limelight even more. Now currently in 5th is Livingston, so they are next up to talk about on the list. Now I'm going to say that they will finish in the top 6 like they currently do occupy those places. I'm going to say they'll finish in the top 6, perhaps 5th, but 6th will also get that top 6 finish of course. But I think they will finish on their best points tally in the top flight of Scottish football since the 2001-02 season, where they finished 3rd on 58 points. I do think they'll get less than that, but for example, last season in a shorter season, they got 39 points after 30 games played. So I think this time round, they'll finish with their best points tally, so more than 39, but less than 58, and possibly finish 5th or 6th. Next up is another very simple one, but one that a lot of people on this channel will be interested to know, because I know Dundee United fans are here watching this very video. Dundee United, I think, will just comfortably stay up in the division, and that's pretty much all they could ask for this season. It's very boring, I know. I'm not going to really make any other predictions aside for that, because he's lacked a lot of creativity. He's are okay in defence at times, but then not in others, and it's just a bit hard to actually make a bold prediction or anything, except from comfortably staying in the division. As I said, good return to the top flight. Kilmarnock is a very bland prediction, because they're going to finish in the bottom 6. They will stay up, I think. But I think this is the season where Greg Kelty has finally made his name in a Kilmarnock shirt. Recently, at time of filming, he's picked up a few goals, and he has started to make his name in the Kilmarnock team so far, and I think this has been his real breakout season in a Kilmarnock shirt after a few loan spells out here and there, including at my club, Dunfermline. Next up is St Mirren, and I think they will have enough to keep them up in the division. They've obviously just had a really consistent run of form where they've picked up a lot of decent results, but I think that will start to tail off But, as I say, they'll stay up, and for a team like St Mirren, that is the most important thing at the moment. And then build on it and finally get that top 6 finish that Tony Fitzpatrick seems determined to get at the club. My real negative for this one is that I don't think Eamon Brophy will hit the heights that a lot of St Mirren fans are hoping he will, especially not in the last 4 or 5 months of this season. I think if he's going to kick on, it'll be next season, so maybe next time, Eamon. St Johnstone is up next, and obviously new manager Callum Davidson appointed in June 2020, and it's going to be a tough season. It's going to be a tough first season in first team management for Callum Davidson, but I do think they will stay up, and mainly due to Stevie May picking up a bit of consistent form. Folk will start talking about him getting in a Scotland squad, he won't get called up, and his lovers will be absolutely devastated. Motherwell up next, they're in a pretty precarious position just now, but I think new manager Graham Alexander will come in, steady the ship and keep them up in the division. There's too much quality in that squad to go down, and I know that's been said before about many a famous team, but I just don't see it. I don't see Motherwell going down with Graham Alexander, and I think that's a good appointment. As good an appointment as they could have made after the departure of a quality manager in Stephen Robinson, so they'll stay up and he'll get fresh faces in for next season, and they'll go again. Hamilton Academical will go down automatically. I do think they'll go down. I was never convinced by the recruitment and the squad that they've built this season. So it's as simple as that. Automatic relegation for me. Ross Callaghan will be the player of the year and then leave for another Premiership team next season. And finally, Ross County. They'll be involved in the relegation playoffs, in my opinion. And did I say it? Did I really say it? Lose to Dunfermline. There. I said it. I did say it when he was appointed. I do want John Hughes to do well and keep Ross County up, but not at the expense of my own team. So, Mother Pars, come on! Bye, that's it for today, guys. Cheers for watching. If you did enjoy it, please give it a like. Comment down below your predictions for the second half of the season. Try and do it for every Premiership team like I've just done. It'll be interesting to see. Subscribe for more of this type of content, and until the next video, I'll see you then. Cheers, guys.